Welcome back to my channel. I recently prepared for a gig and I'm going to walk you guys through it since I have some content regarding that and I think it should be fun. Before we start, here's what I'm currently reading. Chess Tactics for Champions by Susan Polgar. This is recommended to me by a fellow comrade. So there's that. Last time I didn't give out a quote, but I thought it'd be cool to redeem myself and give you guys two quotes today. Make it exist first, then make it better. Perfection is the enemy of completion. You know what? I'm going to give you a third quote just because these are all fairly similar to each other. They'll start building up the theme of the video. Life is actually pretty simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. Be your authentic self and move in love and kindness. Okay, so I'll put those up here. All three of them. I'll make maybe a triangle. Let's go ahead and make that the theme of the video. And we'll continue on with it. Okay, let me repeat them. Make it exist first, then make it better. This goes great with my current search for music projects. I think the idea is to first find something, and then if it doesn't fit, we move on. And that's not failure. It's just if something resonates better for me, it will appear. So my search for finding music projects is tied to this quote, I would say, in terms of making something happen. Saying yes to things and also saying no if it doesn't resonate with you. I recently took a project where I got the opportunity to play at the Mint, and this involved a lot of prep work in terms of learning all original songs from this artist and jumping into a group of people that I'd never met before, and we made it work out. So what is a journey of learning completely new songs that you've never heard of and prepping for a live show? It starts off with rehearsals. So here I am parking at Silver Lake on Sunset, and the artist that I'm working with is Flynn. We'll give a shout out in the description. And she had us rehearse at Pirate Studios. That's what it's called. We basically made the studio that we rehearsed at several times our little home. I'll go ahead and show you some clips of me rehearsing. The first few are just us learning the songs. Well, the songs were handed to us. That's another thing I should mention. In environments like this where you're playing live with artists, it's kind of a given that the person that wrote the music will send you the recordings, whether it's through an MP3 file, through SoundCloud, or any other variation. And that's where you, as the drummer in this case, have to listen to the parts multiple times to get an understanding of what the artist might be expecting of you. And what I mean by that is there are sometimes recordings where there's already drum parts, and then there's other times when it's completely fresh, as in like the artist wrote the song a week ago and they don't have any drum parts. So that's where you get to step in, or in this case, that's where I got to step in and have a sense of like what I think the grooves and certain transitions would feel when we rehearse it. I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple examples of what it looks like when I have listened to the song a couple times but don't know the synergy that's going to show up when I play with the other musicians. Yeah, so these are all good examples of it sounding a little bit like it's there. And then as time progresses, the more rehearsals we get, it's starting to sound a little more solid, not only because we're getting used to each other as musicians, but we have a better idea of how certain parts start to speak depending on everyone's energy as well. Another big point to point out, that's another thing to point out, is that depending on who's playing for the project, that will affect the energy and the vibe overall. Not every drummer is going to project the same thing or feeling every time. So it's not just drums that changes the style. It's a guitar player, bass. You get my point. We're going to do a quick interlude because I had some extra content and I didn't know where to put it in this video. This is me driving to IKEA and getting the infamous or the famous meatball plate. I am not gonna lie, I go back sometimes just to eat the food there because it's awesome. There is me at a chess match with a surprise friend.
Okay, yeah, I'm like not sure about this.
You might say you're feeling squirrely about it.
Speaking of friends, I saw more squirrels that day too. Yeah, I don't know if that's a sign for something. Does anyone know about spirit animals? Because I don't think squirrels are mine, but I've been seeing a lot of them lately. I think overall we had a solid 3 rehearsals. We added one more just to make sure we were ready to go for the big day. And you can see here, everyone is not facing the camera or as in the circle kind of way when we were previously, because we wanted to imitate what would feel when we're all facing this way towards the stage. And this is usually the drummer's perspective. I'm pretty used to it at this point. It's just really funny that like everyone's back is all of a sudden here, but there's a reason for it. And I'm glad we rehearsed that way. It's just, you play the way you rehearse. The closer you get to emulating what it feels like on stage, the better.
So all our stuff's together. Mm-hmm. Oh, you had some stuff too, but you got it.
I got mine. Yeah.
Great.
I would say overall the performance was amazing. I feel that we did really good as a unit. We did all the right stops. We transitioned well. There was some good in-betweens. We filled in the space when needed. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of this. I'm really happy that I got to check mark a very popular venue in LA, and I'm looking forward to more. Let's go ahead and wrap anything else that I might have to say about these quotes. Perfection is the enemy of completion. Not everything's going to be perfect, even though I just said I think we did really well. This performance, there's always improvement, but you shouldn't be super hard on yourself if you're focusing too much on, I played the wrong note there, or I added too much here kind of thing, or whatever is going on in your musician mind. The best thing to do is just make it exist first and then make it better. How do I put that into context with the outcome of this gig? Well, for one, I'm out here playing live shows, and that's already a really good sign, and I can always grow from there. Whether that can mean many things. For me, it's my want to continue playing live shows in this setting and even expand further from that to see what else I can do. As in, is playing at venues like this the limit, or is there something above? And what I can do personally to get beyond the horizon that I currently see. I hope that didn't sound too woo-woo, but you get my point. Is I'm a big dreamer, and I like to always reach out for something that is further up for excellence as a musician in this case. Life is actually pretty simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. Be your authentic self and move in love and kindness. So this goes back to kind of where I started. So if you're new to the channel, or if you're new to watching these vlog episodes, you might have realized that I'm fairly new to LA. I've been out here for almost a year. It's hitting the year mark very soon. And there are many reasons why I did the big move. Just for summary, I felt very stagnant where I was in my hometown as a musician. And I was looking for a city that was musically inclined and just has more things to do. So I was able to find that here in LA. And there are many other cities where you can do the same thing. This one just makes sense for me currently. I'm currently experiencing that. This is just like one of many examples of one of the things that make me really happy that I made the move. But there's other stuff like the chess clubs, the pickleball meets, the run clubs, foreshadowing into another video in the future. Yeah, all these things that I've tried out have made me be more open-minded into seeing where not only I can fit in, but also how I can interact with people and have a more inclusive and just go with the flow and not have everything with a high expectation and just enjoy everything. In some ways you can call that simple, because I'm trying to think of how I can wrap this last quote for the video. Okay, here we go. As many things have I tried out here that may or may not stick around, such as I've been playing a lot of pickleball these past months, and I think I'm gonna take a step back. Not because I don't like the sport, but there's a lot of things I want to prioritize now that are taking away from it, time-wise, that is. And things like that. I'm just reallocating things that I am currently interested in. But also coming back to the big one, which is my life as a musician, and making sure that that one is the priority and I give enough time and energy to do so. Oh yeah, moving love and kindness. I don't know how to best describe that. I just mean that in general. Just kindness is the least intensive thing you can do for yourself. It's so effortless and it reciprocates back to you no matter what your attitude is, because being kind is just like, that's the best thing you can do in any scenario. It makes you a better person. People want to be around you, and you're more likely to go play in projects where people want to invite you to, as an example. The kindness thing can be implemented in anywhere, but if we're putting it specifically on like playing for shows, that's the least you can do for a good outcome and for a higher chance of you getting called back. And I'm actively speaking here for that example. I got called back for this project because a huge component of love and kindness in my eyes made that happen. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.